Hello and welcome to MUS 3702 Music Tech 2. This is the continuation to MUS 3701 Music Tech 1. I am Dr. Ben Furman. As always, my email address is bfuhrman@oakland.edu. Office hours are on the course page and by appointment. One major change this year is that due to COVID-19, we are moving the course online for this semester. So what's going to happen with that is that a lot of the lectures are going to be pre-recorded. You can view them at your leisure. Just have them viewed before class. Same thing with the assignments and listening examples and other links. They will all be up on the course page. But this is still going to be a synchronous online class. We will be meeting primarily through video. There will be a link at the top of the course page on Moodle, and this class is set to meet every Tuesday and Thursday from 8:30 to 9:37 a.m. I know it's rough, but the best part about being online is that you can bring your own coffee and you don't have to worry about spilling it on the lab computers. So because it's synchronous, you're going to need to be present for all of the course meetings online and ask questions. And that's really important because with the lectures being online already, I'm going to devote course time to working through the technical difficulties, learning the software, workshopping, and dealing with problems when they come up. But you can also use that time to work on assignments, at which point I can take a look and say, hey, this is what's going wrong, this is what's going right, let's fix this, let's do this. Boom, done. This will be especially necessary near the end of the semester when we get into things like video game scoring and sound design for video games. Everything is going to be turned in via Google Drive. You get nearly unlimited storage thanks to the university. So just go and upload to that. I will create folders for every student that only you and I can access. And unless otherwise specified, all assignments are due on Fridays at noon. Per the syllabus, there are excused absences. If you have a written note from a conductor, doctor, the court, hopefully not, coach, police, mechanic, etc., I will be very, very flexible with those. Same thing if someone dies and you can bring me a copy of the obituary, or if you go through the official bereavement absence process that's on the university website. But in all cases, let me know in advance if possible if you're going to miss class so I can tell you what we're going to be going over and see if you have any questions in advance. For academic policy and conduct, obviously no plagiarism of any sort, period, under any circumstances. The link is in the syllabus. This includes things like taking someone else's work for your own or using samples without attribution. So please make sure you get the attribution. Special considerations. I can't give you any extra accommodations that deviate from the syllabus unless you have an accommodation letter from DSS. If you have that, just talk to the DSS office and have them email me a copy. They do it all the time. It's not a big deal. But without a DSS letter telling me what accommodations you are eligible for, I can't give you any additional accommodations. Then, of course, there is the preferred name policy. Just let me know. I like to say that I will probably mess up everyone's name at least once, but if you have another name that you prefer to go by, please be sure to go in and change it on both Moodle and on Sale as well. If you don't change both, then it will show up one in one place and the other in the other place, and that can get very, very confusing if you don't make those changes in both places. If you have questions on how to do that, I can definitely help. It takes maybe 5 minutes at the most. For resources, you do have access to Varner 236, the tech lab. You will need to send me your Grizzly ID number to get access because that is going to be tied as part of your PIN number. However, this semester, they are stripping almost all of the resources out of there due to COVID-19. It is going to be limited to 4 people at a time, period, no exceptions. Obviously, with COVID-19 and just in general, do not bring food or beverages into the lab. If you break something in there, you bought it and you do have to pay for it before I can release your grades. And naturally, if something is not working in there, let me know immediately so that I can contact UTS and get them to fix it. Also, be sure to contact Chris Ware, cwware@oakland.edu if you have any issues in the lab with hardware or software. There is a sign in the lab already with his email and his phone number on there that you can use to get in touch with him. Textbook for the class, there is none. As I was putting this class together, frankly, there were about 7 or 8 textbooks that I wanted to use, but they only covered certain topics. So I am essentially pulling from all of those, but the upshot is you do not have to buy a book, and I bought about 8. Email and Moodle, check your email frequently and check Moodle constantly. Everything is going to release more or less on Monday at midnight, so if you need to take a look for the week ahead, that's when it will be out. With the syllabus, everything in there is currently accurate, but the timeline may need to be altered. I'm really hoping we don't have to do anything like what happened last semester with a rapid shift and changes, but it might happen, so if it does, please just be flexible. There are some major areas that we're going to be looking at this class, and I've divided everything up into sort of 3 basic modules that build one on top of the other. First things first, we're going to be looking at acousmatic music and spatialization. Then from there, we're going to get into film scoring and Foley art before finally ending in a really cool module on scoring and sound effects for video games. That's going to be a lot of fun. I have had way too much fun prepping that last module in particular. Once again, the assessments are skill and project based. All the requirements are included in the projects. Make sure you check all of them off. I'm not going to give you how much points everything is worth, but there will be a rubric. And naturally, when in doubt, ask questions. The hard part about being in an online class is that I can't see people. It's somewhat synchronous, but not always. So if you have a question, ask, set up a time to meet with me. I'm really, really happy to go over any of that with you.